Hey, sorry about the job. You weren't the worst teacher we've ever had, if that helps.
Think I can put that on my resume?
Well, listen. There's an open photo call at the New York Bulletin. I just sent a shot in yesterday. It's not much money, but it's money.
That's Robbie Robertson's paper. We used to work together at the Bugle. I think I know just what he'd like. Thanks, Miles.
No problem. I might send him a few more shots, too, if I have time.
Robbie always said, don't show me the city, show me New York. Ain't that something? There. Now to submit and...
Peter, how you doing, son?
Robbie, hi! I know this is out of the blue, but I wanted to let you know I just sent in a photo for your open call.
Wonderful. We can definitely run this. I gotta duck into a meeting, but if you find the beating heart of New York anywhere else, send it my way. It's good to hear from you.
You too, Robbie. Thanks. Sorry about that.
Extra cold is way better than extreme cold. You can always just put more clothes on. No.
That's perfect.
My grandma always talked about going here. She'd walk across the bridge every Sunday to get the freshest vegetables in the city. But one time, she was late and the guy in front of her bought all the tomatoes. And that's how she met my grandpa.
Excuse me?
Toasty, I could pop into the bodega for sweet, sweet AC.
While that may be true, their ACs are cranked up to freezing, so you might want to bring a jacket, which you won't be carrying in this heat. I'll be honest, folks, Taylor doesn't have AC, but the airflow is very pleasant. And when that door opens up, you get that gust of wind carrying the smell of fresh hot dogs. How does it look? Is that good? If it's great, if it's not, let it die. Okay.
Looks like one of...
Haha, the bodega beef. It was already a rivalry for the ages when it was just David.
I got to see both Spider-Man fighting Sam right outside my window. I was excited and terrified at the same time. Are you serious? Not looking forward to
That's good.
If the reports coming in from Brooklyn are to be believed, these Spider-Men have grown more powerful than we feared. Magic portals, subway cars disappearing off the tracks, fire engines flying through the night sky, and the newer Spider-Man at the center. Webbing and property damage weren't enough. Now we add mystical arts into the mix. Does their desire for destruction know no bounds? I almost feel sorry for this lost soul, groomed for a life of criminality and degradation. Speaking of it seems Spider-Man was cohorting with notorious thief, the Black Cat. Their costumes must be cut from the same corrupt cloth. If their entanglement doesn't paint a clear enough picture of Spider-Man's intent, then here's a little story for you. The Spider-Men show up, and the group we now know as the Hunters follow. Clearer now? These Spider-Men are magnets for malefactors. Now, the Black Cat seems to have vanished. Good riddance! If magic is indeed real, then we must...
Hey, you paid for that photo, Spider-Man? I'm just kidding. You're cool.
Oh, no, you're radical.
I heard this guy dips his hot dog buns in tomato juice before eating them. Now, I get that it makes it easy for them to go down, but tomato juice? Brother, that ain't right.
I didn't pay the insurance, right? I didn't pay it. I don't know. Maybe no, but I'm just scared that maybe they want some cash or something like that. I don't
Perfect.
have money.
Guess what just got promoted? Yay!
You know, for a place where everyone's comfortable calling out when something's wrong, people here sure hate admitting when they're wrong.
I agree with you.
The writer in me does love the irony.
Never going to agree on this.
All right, folks. Updates on the trial of the century. The people of New York versus Norman Osborn. You remember Devil's Breath, how Mayor Norman was indirectly responsible for poisoning the city a couple years back? Well, his lawyers have slowed the march of justice down yet again with more delays. Our source inside the courtroom tells me they're bringing frivolous motions to prolong discovery.
Something they're not clear about these.
All love to my legal eagle friends, but some days you just gotta say it. Screw you, lawyers. All right, see you next time, kids.
Not bad.
Email.
Honestly, we need a whole other photo series just on New York's music. Its impact, the communities it built, its outright brilliance. It's hard to encapsulate in one photo, but this isn't bad.
That should work for Robbie.
When my son was growing up, I helped coach his youth baseball team here. Every game we played, the parents talked more trash than the kids, myself included.
Crowd's looking pretty big today. Maybe I'll try a moonsault halfway through. Yeah, you get a lot better shots when you come to the show, Spider-Man!
New York's always had a thriving underground wrestling scene. Even been to a few shows myself. That combination of theatricality with amazing feats of strength and athleticism, it's electrifying.
To Jersey's home, to New York's finest hummus.
You ever had one of those days?
In our house, traditional's always best, but that does not mean we're un... Was that a good photo? Post it online!
Ah, here we go. Now, I'll admit, I first walked into his shop because of all the articles about his new flavors. But his traditional ones would have kept me coming back. Sometimes a classic is a classic for a reason.
I cannot believe I'm finally in New York.
bad.
Is that? Oh, man! I haven't been there in years. When we were at the Bugle's old office, we'd hide out here whenever Jonah was about to blow. I finished a lot of assignments sitting at that bar, and a lot of grasshoppers.
That should work for Robbie.
Ah, the Manhattan Bridge. Can you believe they started building it in 1901? Finished in 1909. I thought it was old when I was a kid, but now, it's just amazing the history that's in this city.
Good, good.
You gotta hand it to New Yorkers. I wasn't even trying to be funny there. If there's a good time to be had, they'll find it.
It's perfect.
Say what you will about social media, and I can say a lot. It's helped so many businesses stay afloat here when they would have gone under a long time ago.
First time
Not bad.
You know, I saw an old Grand Master playing there last week. Anyone could walk up and challenge him. And he lost to a kid who lives down the street from me. Dead. Never seen anything like it.
Library's not going anywhere. Slow down.
A lot of cars come speeding through here at night.
That should work for Robbie.
Is that a good photo, Spider-Man? Hey, send it to the student newspaper.
The Spider-Men aren't the only superheroes in New York. Getting students to class on time? One of the greatest powers I've ever seen.
Good, good.
My best friend's kid painted this. I remember her showing me a sketch of it the day before it went up. New York is nothing without its people.
Himself above the fairest of human nature has sunk immeasurably below it.
Excuse me.
Work some I really don't see anything romantic in Oh, do you do headshots, Spider-Man? Actually, use a new one.
Whether it's on the stage or in the open air, where else can you see legends and soon-to-be legends performing every day? London? That's really far away.
Whoops.
I'm feeling some good energy coming from you.
I'd love it if you'd model for me sometime.
Not bad.
Protesting isn't just a constitutional right in New York. It's your civic duty. Especially when a multinational corporation is behind a bioweapon unintentionally getting released into the city.
That should work for Robbie.
Stupid. Ooh. Anyway, I'm not gonna check the back home.
Sometimes, I worry with all the terrible things that happen in our city. People will be afraid to leave their homes, live their lives. But not today.
Planning on going out to group tomorrow, but I just have
Reminds me of the people who write into the Bugle.
Something about
And a few who work there.
makes me want to cry.
Freedom of speech is a beautiful thing. But saying a thing over and over again doesn't make it true.
Whip, whip, baby! Whip it up. Whip it for real. You heard of the Spectacular Spider-Man? We're the Subliminal Spider-Man!
Because our dazzling displays of daring do can't be understood. Well, well, well! Spider-Man's a shutterbug!
Click, click. Whip, whip.
Yeah. Some things in New York you just can't explain. And that's what's great about it.
All right. Oh, unbelievable. That's what we call
Okay, feeling strong? Strong, my friend? Not bad.
NYC, the mecca of basketball. Sure, you can play it anywhere with just a ball in the net. But when you got the people in the apartment buildings watching, the other players trash talking, and the sound of rubber hitting asphalt, there's a reason they call it the city game.
Hey, Robbie, you got the photo? I think it's a good one to close my submissions with.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But I'm a bit surprised you're stopping now since you left out two of the biggest parts of New York. The Spider-Man.
I mean, I don't know if they're that big. And they are kind of controversial.
Everything I see in these photos, all the stories and history and life, none of it would still be here if it wasn't for the Spider-Man. I hope they know that.
I bet they have some idea.
Well, thanks for the photos, Peter. You've always been better at this than you give yourself credit for.
I don't think that... Thanks, Robbie.